Okay, so we did it. We finally went on vacation. It only took 4 tries during a pandemic. There's no popcorn in there. I threw it out.
We can put some.
Wait, you threw the popcorn
So
out?
you can guess. Yeah, it was. Yeah. We're gonna come home. We have popcorn in the pantry that you guys bought from the Boy Scouts a year ago.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes, we finally went to Disney World. Adrian's getting coffee because we're exhausted. Our Magical Express bus was like 45 minutes late yesterday, and then the flight attendants weren't there for our flight, so our flight took off, I think, almost an hour late. So we got home at 1:45 last night. So we're here, we're exhausted, but we thought we would share with you for some of our experiences from spring break at Disney World. And then the kiddo wanted to share our overspending.
Our loot.
Our loot.
All right.
But honestly, our overspending because we have been for 2 years and might have overdone it. First, I will show you this guy we picked up from boarding this morning, and it was his first time dealing with us being gone on a long vacation. So he was ready to come home, but we made sure to get him a gift from... Well, that's how he feels about us leaving. We made sure to get him a gift from Happy Hands. So he got, for $12.99, no DVC discount there, but he got this nice little Squirrelinator bandana because he is, I think, looking for squirrels right now. So he's going to wear it on his walk today while he's squirrel hunting and bunny hunting. So, all right, what did we think of Disney World during spring break pandemic?
Super long, short lines.
Super long, short lines. That is one way to describe it.
Lines are all super long in that, like lines that stretch back to, what was it? Thunder Mountain stretch to the bridge.
Good luck also finding where the line actually begins.
Yeah, that happened more than once.
And there's a couple times we were just confused. Other people were confused. Cast member yelled at them. Just be prepared. This was the first time I've really seen cast members being curt, and I think they're just dealing with a lot, trying to enforce rules that a lot of people, at least from what we saw, quite a few people weren't following. And one lady was asked to get her child's mask on, and she got really nasty and yelled at the cast member in front of everybody, and he actually kind of got nasty back. Lines can look really, really long. They can say they're an hour, but I kept running the timer, so Thunder Mountain kept saying it was 45 minutes, and we were walking on about 5 minutes, and so we rode Thunder Mountain 5 or 6 times. The one that we found really was accurate was Space Mountain at 50 minutes, and in fact when we got off the ride it had been up to 60 minutes. Splash Mountain said it was 60 minutes. We got on in 40 minutes.
Yeah, about 40.
And that line was curving around everywhere. And the lines also look long, not just because of the distancing. I had to make you handsome with your bandana. But because they're mostly feeding the lines outside. So once you're inside, like the actual ride, the inside lines go really fast. I think Disney is just, oh, you look so handsome. Disney is just prepared for people to not be minding those social distancing markers and trying to keep you outside as long as possible, which, some families were really, really good about staying on those markers, and then some families, there were times like when we were in line for Space Mountain, I kept trying to get him as far away from the family behind us because they kept like, I got touched a couple of times, and even in a non-pandemic year, like I value my personal space. So, so that was just a little uncomfortable. Yes, the cast members will get after you if you're not wearing your mask, as I already mentioned. While we were stationary to the side having our drinks by Aladdin's Magic Carpet, the cast member had to keep announcing to, get your mask on over your mouth and your nose. Okay, you're not gonna like barf me on camera, are you?
It's fine.
Don't barf you on
It's
camera.
fine. It's fine. I look cute to me in my little bandana.
We noticed that.
Lots of 6 feet stickers on the ground.
Yeah, some
right?
of the 6
But then
feet.
some of them didn't really make sense where they were.
Yeah,
Or,
and then some there was a marker, but then a cast member would tell you, no, go back to the other marker. So it also seemed to be at the cast member's discretion. So just
Sometimes the
be aware.
marker wasn't there. Like, they
Yeah,
just
no.
took the marker off.
Well, yeah, honey, because there's been some wear and tear already because those markers have been down for a little while, and especially right now, I could see it being over the 35% capacity, especially park hopping. So we did park hop every day except for our full Magic Kingdom day. We had no problems park hopping, Teach Park. Every time I called the hotline to check park capacity, they were all open. So we were able to go from, Animal Kingdom to Magic Kingdom that day. And Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, I would say, are the two most popular right now, especially Hollywood Studios, I think, is the first one getting to capacity with the park passes. And so we are actually taking him back in a few months for his birthday. I'm so glad we booked everything a while back. That month is still pretty clear, but Hollywood Studios, because of Galaxy's Edge and Rise of the Resistance, is booking up fast. Also, you should know, if you're going to get in the virtual queue for Rise of the Resistance, the virtual queue, once you get to go, get in line, that was a 40-minute line in various cabins.
So it's not a virtual queue, it's fighting for the honor of standing in line.
We had to spend an extra 30 minutes
and that
in
line
that
was
line.
long.
That line was
probably the longest one.
That was the line, especially the ride broke down. So we got to where the First Order, not the Imperials, the First Order, captured us, and we were about to get to.
We got past the first line. We got to the second line. We sat down, then it broke.
Just before our interrogation, it broke down, and we were trapped for about 30 minutes. He had a reservation at Droid Depot. I was trying to get a hold of guest relations because all of a sudden it's like, if we're not let out, he's going to miss his reservations. Nobody was picking up at guest relations. So there were some stressful moments of the trip. Magical Express. Stressful, let's say not so magical. Magical Express seems to be hit or miss. Some people have reported that they've been able to just walk right on their bus at the airport, even during the spring break popularity.
We got to wait an hour.
It was a little bit more than an hour, so it was about 45 minutes in line just to check in, and then it was about another 45 minutes to get on our bus, and then about 45 minutes to get to our resort because we were the last drop off for that bus. We had to stop at 2 other resorts. So we are, since Magical Express is disappearing anyway, we are on our next trip. We're going to have 1 full day not in the park. So we're getting a rental car, and that way we have a little bit more control over getting to and from the airport and being able to, if we want to go take them to Kennedy Space Center, we can go drive and do that. So, it's up to you if you are willing to risk waiting. Just know, they're, I think, running on a little bit lower capacity than they normally do because we've gone during spring break, and it was a lot busier during that spring break, and we did not have to wait that long, and there were only 2 cast members checking people in to get into their lines for the buses. When you go to sit downs, if you choose to go to a sit down, just know they are going to check your temperature there too, even if like Crystal Palaces in the theme park, obviously you've already had your temperature checked there, but they'll do it again before they seat you at your table.
One more social distancing thing, actually. This applies to one ride, but I want to talk about it. If you're planning to get on Astro Orbiter, I definitely recommend getting on it as fast as you can because they can only allow 1 party on each elevator.
Okay, but that was the general rule everywhere in the resorts. Yeah. Only 1 family or 1 group in the elevator.
That with the long wait,
I did hear somebody get exasperated about having to wait for the elevator. Buses, since we were at Kidani this time, we only had buses for transportation. They are seating everybody in every seat, they've put up dividers, so there's no longer, nobody can sit in this seat because there's dividers, and you'll be sat together with your group. But just know Magic Kingdom was the one problem we had in the morning trying to get on. One bus came, it was at capacity, we had to wait for the next bus, so it was almost an hour waiting just to get on the bus to Magic Kingdom. So just be aware of that if you're using their bus transportation. Otherwise,
I didn't think that the buses were crowded. Like, the buses aren't crowded anymore. Basically, they just got rid of people standing.
Yeah, which that's kind of nice, but we didn't have problems getting back at night. Some people have said it's taken a little while, but I left these two Magic Kingdom. I left about 8:30. Park closes at 9, and I actually caught the bus like he was about to leave, and he stopped for me, and I was able to get right on, no problem.
So when you go to restaurants, now everything's done with QR codes. So just make sure you know how to scan a QR code from your phone, because everything is now done with that. So they made you scan the check-in. They made you scan to get your menu.
Yeah, and when you check in to the restaurant, you can actually put in if you have like a celebration or a dietary need. You can actually just check it and put it in right there. So that was kind of actually a neat change to have.
Overall, I would say that the park wasn't as unpleasant as I thought it would be. There's a lot of people saying like that the Disney employees are really going after people. We kind of saw it, but we didn't really. There's just a lot of awkward lines in places where you don't expect to see lines. So, like, for example, if you want to go get into, like, the Emporium, all of a sudden there's a line to get in the Emporium. If you want to exit the Emporium, there's, like, designated entrances and exits. That was a little tricky. Overall, I was kind of afraid of going. Didn't really want to go because I was afraid of, like, how much you were going to not get to do because of all this. But overall, even the weather was cooperative for the most part. There was only, like, 2 or 3 hours each day where I wish we weren't in the park.
Yeah, and that said, I would recommend going at Rope Drop if you want to get on things like Flight of Passage or Space Mountains. Go at Rope Drop, go for a few hours.
That was the other weird thing. Parks seemed to open whenever they felt like it.
Yeah, so when we went to Animal Kingdom the first day, that day it was opening at 8. We got there, I want to say at 7:30. We rode Flight of Passage before 8 o'clock. We were able to walk right on, leave middle of the day when it's hot and miserable and everybody's there and the lines are, some of them over an hour long, and go take a break at your resort. That was Hollywood Studios. We just ended up having issues, and one was with Rise of the Resistance and stuff. And so we were there till I think from before 9 a.m. till 7 p.m. at night. We were exhausted. It was just, too much.
I did about 35,000 steps.
Yeah, this was his first time without a stroller, so it was asking a lot of him. But yeah, highly recommend. Go at Rope Drop, go for a few hours, get on the rides you want to get, go back, relax, swim, enjoy your resort, and then come back in the evening, because it is that the lines seem to get shorter in the evenings again. We were able to walk on some rides at Magic Kingdom in the evening that had been really long. Haunted Mansion said it was 10 minutes. No, that was just immediately go get on the ride.
So the other thing was that rides are kind of not compromised, just different, because they, like a lot of the Disney lines will have like some, you have to like watch a 30-second film or something before you go on the ride. They don't do that anymore.
Like nothing interactive.
Yeah, all the interactive displays are disabled. Haunted Mansion, you just walk in and they just take you straight up into the room, which I guess I'm an idiot. I really thought that room went down.
And how does that make sense?
Grounded.
So we're going to move on so that the kiddo can show you our loot. I think that's a good word for it.
We should start.
But yeah, feel free to ask us any questions you might have, and we can do our best to answer them for you. But our experience might have been different from somebody else, or
go get the loot.
Show your loot.
It's like Christmas, but
Why don't you walk up to the camera with that, because that's real tiny.
The first one we got at the Riviera gift shop is the Pew Pew.
And
pin.
hopefully,
Which we can get at which was sold at every pin store.
Yeah,
so it wasn't like exclusive, right?
Do you want to show them your handsomeness?
My handsomeness
Well,
and some buttons.
okay, just show them what this is, because.
Good. That
So
one's
this is a silhouette of me.
Be careful the glass. I see the glass.
It was cut out
Oh,
by a professional on Main Street, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now alleyway down Main Street.
That was cool, just because I've never seen how they did it before. I guess I assumed that they like just took a picture or did something. Like they did it by looking at a photograph and just doing it.
And she had a bachelor's degree in art, but she had to.
She was so cool.
She explained it to us, and I'll have a vlog with the video I took. But that she just, from watching the artists at Magic Kingdom doing the cutting, she just kept practicing and kind of transferring her skills from drawing to cutting. But like, it was amazing how quick she did this, and that she was carrying on a whole conversation with him while doing it too. What do you think?
Right.
Oh, so we're gonna go back. So this was with the frame about $22, and you get even if you just do the silhouette, which is $10, you get a free copy. So there's a second copy in this frame. We're gonna go back and get this handsome boy. I finally, years and years, I've wanted one of these tumblers. I have to drink at work. Hello. And so I finally got, this is the new acrylic Starbucks tumbler. We have all the mugs. It's still the same mugs from 2 years ago. So this was one of my purchases that I've been wanting for years.
Now before we show any more products, at each park there are 5 selfies that you can do. And then there's a location with the kiosk. And after you do the 5 selfies, you get some little buttons. So we don't know where our Hollywood Studios ones are, but here's the Epcot button. And then here's the Magic Kingdom button.
There's a lot of work for those tiny little buttons, but at least
but
they give you one per person.
Yeah, so that's the Scenic Selfie game that just came out from Disney Vacation Club. Free souvenir for the kid. Can't be free at Disney. And if you're walking around the whole park anyway, you just see where you need to go and you learn some neat trivia along the way. Do you want to show them your new lunch thingy from Flower and Garden?
Yes.
That was $14.99 before our discount. We definitely, what we could use our discount on. We'll go show them. Don't show me.
So, yeah.
This
is the Flower and Garden lunch container. If you're wondering where exactly we got this, we got it at Imageworks, which is the gift shop for Journey Through Imagination.
And it comes with a little fork and knife and a little band that goes around to keep it. Okay, so this was my first time really seeing promotions on merchandise, like actual sales. So this guy, Baby Yoda here, is usually $24.99. He was on sale for $10, and we actually got these 2 things we got for our cat sitter who has really sweet kiddos. So we wanted to get them a little something as a thank you for taking care of the cats. These guys, the shoulder porgs, are $15 on sale right now, normally $24.99. We saw like every kiddo had a shoulder porg. And I was wondering, why am I seeing so many shoulder porgs? And I think it was because of that promotion. So if you are going to the parks in the next few weeks, here are some souvenirs that are on sale. And I finally was able to get Adrian a shirt. This is the Dvc Shirt. And it has, maybe easier to see on this side, it has each of the resorts on there, and it just says Disney Vacation Club member. It is rayon, so don't let the cats near it because they'll snag it. And this was $59.99 before our discount.
So this is the No Drama Llama soap, and also these are all from Basin at Disney Springs.
Yes, which Disney Vacation Club members get 15% off there.
So that's the No Drama Llama, and then we have a simple Mickey one. And then we have the Meow Meow soap.
Alright.
I believe these were 2 for $30. They're normally $20. So he got Doug with Squirrel, and he wore that to Animal Kingdom. And then this was the other one we got in our 2 for $30 deal. He picked the seagulls, mine. So not bad for a t-shirt from Disney parks, and we got this at the World of Disney. And then because I love my animals, all right, Charlie got his Squirrelinator, and he got this because none of the dog outfits are big enough for this big boy's about 81 pounds now. None of the little outfits they had at the Marketplace Co-op, any of the pet stuff, was big enough for him. And the collars and the leashes were not very thick, not good quality, and he is kind of reactive on walk, so I need to know that it's not going to break and he's going to get away from us. So that's why he got this. But Eddie, who's sleeping in a sunbeam right there, got a new collar. And we ended up getting him a cheap IKEA collar after he wrecked his last Disney World collar, and he actually dropped it by the coffee bar while we were gone. So he currently is not clothed. I got the cat and dog sweats. Yes, which is very much needed here because we went from being too hot in Disney World to, it was 32 degrees when we got back last night.
Yes.
And then I got, because I also have the Disney Cats dress for work, I got Figaro clips for my hair to wear when I wear the dress. I got, this is the newest of the dress shop dresses. This is the Dalmatian. It's got Perdita on there. Yeah, this one was not cheap. I'll wear it to work as soon as it's warm enough. $168 before.
It came with a little sweater.
Yes, before our discount. So, and that's why this one's a bit more, because it does come with a sweater. I can wear it to work. So here's the little sweater that comes with it.
To Droid Depot. Droid Depot is a place where you basically can build your own droid. It's kind of like the build your own lightsaber thing. Stand by. Stand by. Stand by.
Okay.
So you basically can build your own droid, and then the droid moves around and that sort of thing. So he ended up, to get a reservation was $100, right?
So they take a credit card guarantee. They just say it's at least $100, and this was in place.
So no kidding. It was at least $100 because the droid was
Yeah, so he got to do this because he got no birthday party last year.
So this is his droid. All right. And the way the droid basically worked was, and we have video footage of it, we'll show it to you, but you basically pick a body, a head, and then the feet, and then you get to assemble them together. It's really kind of cute. Like, they make it so that the kids have to screw in stuff using power tools. It's a lot of fun. And then you get a remote control. You can control it. It's actually surprisingly fast.
Not that good on carpet.
This is very good on carpet. Like, let it go. I mean, like, that thing moves. So, yeah. So the basic droid itself is $100. They sell a. Can you stop for a sec, bud? They sell a what is it? Package combo that includes the backpack, as well as a. They call it a personality chip. We actually haven't even done it yet. Some sort of
screwdriver.
So yeah, essentially this is a personality chip. I think it just changes the sound. I think that's it. I don't know, but like you can buy all sorts of weird accessories for it. For example,
Of course.
we saw you could buy a drink serving tray.
You can make it your stutter bit.
You can buy a drink serving tray, just like in the movie Return of the Jedi when R2 has it, except it's like really tiny. You can't really use it for drink sort of stuff. You can also buy, what were they? I think there was some sort of like laser attachment or something. I couldn't quite figure it out, but there's a whole button on that controller that she said we didn't have anything controlling it, but it made it seem like this totally can like shoot something.
I think there was a laser attachment and a jetpack, if I'm correct.
Yes, it has a jetpack.
Just what it needs.
I don't think there was a jetpack. But anyways, like I said, the chip itself I believe was $15, and the backpack itself wasn't really a backpack so much as it was like a duffel bag that you could wear.
Actually, I saw a couple people wearing it. It looked like a baby carrier.
Yeah, so it was definitely when I saw it, I was like, that's cool. I don't really want it. And then what else did you buy? You bought stickers for it. I don't know where the stickers are.
Oh, I put the stickers here.
Yeah, so like instead of like...
There's his stickers.
Yeah, so lots and lots of...
Which they didn't have red stickers, so he chose pink stickers to try to go with the red on his robot. I don't know why they didn't have red stickers.
I don't know either.
That seems like
They didn't have pink body pieces, they had purple body pieces.
Per each child building a droid, there can only be one adult. So I did not go in.
Yeah.
I had to hang outside. Otherwise, one of us would have had to also build a
And it
droid.
was a little confusing on the inside. Like now that they showed me the layout, but I figured it out. But like, it's like you start off in a line, you go and you pay first, then you go get your parts, and then you stand in another line to get to an assembly station, where then you build it, and then they show you how to operate it all. So I mean, like, if you look at the video, you'll see that it's not like too many things in this COVID time are you're trying to get something done and you don't realize that Disney built like this whole elaborate like line system to get you to all the stations, and then you look like the jerk for not doing it, even though it's like I just didn't see it. So
yeah,
anyways.
sometimes things were really well marked, and sometimes it just wasn't obvious.
Like rides especially, like where they'd have these big, huge gaps. And you wouldn't understand why, and then you'd be like, okay, I guess this is where I go, and then like, someone would yell at you, and it's like, I'm not trying to be a jerk.
I think we have said everything we need to say. Like I said, if you have any questions, just drop them below, and we'll try to answer.
We'll have lots of little videos that show you like each of the individual experiences. But like I said, the droid stuff was fun. It's cool.
And if you're wondering what her name is R5 Grace.
R5 Grace.
We were told this is the head of an R5 unit or higher.
And the cast member that helped them was named Grace.
Yeah,
so in honor of Grace, this is R5 Grace.
So yeah, I think that was pretty much it. We can talk more about food, I guess, in another video. But yeah, no, it was fun. It was definitely, could have fooled me that it was only a third capacity. Could have fooled me.
And I think with us being able to park hop, that it probably was a bit more.
Yeah, and again, it was a lot of fun. I think we definitely learned lessons about like what hotels. We're starting to now have been to enough of the hotels. We started to get a sense of like what they're really like. So it's been fun to experience them all, but we definitely now have our favorites.
Yeah. Cat can say goodbye. I think we've talked long enough. Oh, I woke him up.
Remember to subscribe, comment, share, hit the bell for notifications. Bye!
You forgot to say like. Don't like it, I guess.
Don't tell them not to. Well, no, I don't care.
Don't dislike it.